Today we're going to talk about Xbox Series X leaked pricing and some interesting new leaked Ampere specifications, and we're starting with Nvidia, where an RTX 3080 just a few hours ago was spotted at the user benchmarks by Game. And what's interesting about it, guys, is the leaked core clock speed, and it turns out, although the card being tested could be an early sample, we're pretty confident that we're seeing final clock speeds here. And as for core clock, the said card has a 2.1 GHz boost clock limit with a memory clock of 4750 MHz, which translates into 760 GB per second across a 320-bit bus interface, which should confirm that the 3080 is indeed featuring GeForce RTX memory. Now, regarding the clock speeds, guys, Ampere seem to stay around the same core clock frequency as Turing, where 2.1 boost seemed to be more of a peak value than anything else. According to most other rumors, GA102 seem to be rated for around 1.7 GHz core clock speed, which means that the clock speed between Turing and Ampere seem to stay about the same. Custom cards should be able to reach high clock speeds thanks to higher power delivery. Now, there has been a lot of talk about GeForce RTX. What can we actually expect from this faster memory? Well, as a comparison, the 2080 Ti has memory bandwidth of 14 gigabits per second, and seeing that the 3080 seem to be getting 19 gigabits per second means that upcoming 3080 will be about 19% faster than the current RTX 2080 Ti top card. If we take a greater look at the GPU being tested, we can see that the card has a device ID of 10DE2206. This has been confirmed by T4C Fantasy, which is the maintainer of Tech PowerUp GPU database, and also Game to be the GeForce RTX 3080 graphics card. And as a bonus, it turns out that upcoming 3080 Ti seem to have the very same ID as well. Now, perhaps the most interesting takeaway from this discovery is that the leaked card seemed to have 10 gigs worth of VRAM, which should be said the 3080 has been seen with before, but there's also been rumors showing a 20 GB 3080 variant, which indicates that Nvidia could have two memory configurations for some Ampere cards. I think it's an interesting question, guys. Will Nvidia have two 3080 variants available with two different VRAM configurations? Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, if we take a greater look at the benchmarks results, we're seeing that there's not much to talk about here, and these poor results are most likely due to immature drivers, as we have seen some incredible results from the 3080 and 3D Mark, for example. Now, in addition to the core clock specification leak, Shiphal has also posted what seems to be a gaming performance chart of the entire Ampere lineup, and as we can see, we got both Turing and Pascal cards here in this comparison. Now, we should be said, guys, since we don't know the source of this information, these numbers should be taken with a grain of salt. Now, for additional details such as launch schedule, pricing, as well as gaming performance for Ampere, I have a video down below that covers that. In other news, has the Series X pricing been leaked? Well, according to many rumors, $599 seems to be what Microsoft is aiming for, which means that Microsoft shouldn't lose that much money on each console they end up selling. Anyway, in a recent episode of Xcast, Alana Pierce said someone sent her a photo from a retail computer showing an Xbox Series X price of $599.
And it said the price of the Xbox Series X was $599. And that was in that system, and he sent me a photo of it.
What do you think about this? Is $599 too much for the Series X? Given the Series X hardware specifications, $600 doesn't seem totally unreasonable, but I would love to hear your take on this. Down below you find all the juicy Series X details. I want to thank you so much for sticking around this long. My name is Robin, and I will see you guys in the next video.